Welcome back to Greatest Media Team's production of Welcome to the Jungle 8, presented by Discmania. We are here for the back nine of the third round here at Coggshall Disc Golf in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. We're here, Kyle Moriarty, Harry Chace, with our premium platinum sponsors.
Yes, here we go. The exciting conclusion. It all comes down to this. Of course, the back nine at Cogs, super challenging, especially in these conditions. Even though I've got a healthy lead here, anything can happen. All of these holes are no gimmies. Bogeys can come at any time, and we'll see who can make a charge for that title.
Yeah, these holes in the rain, it's definitely, you're getting to the point where you're almost like a boxer, where you're dodging hooks and dodging jabs and feeling like Gage Benson out here, just in the ring, mitts on, getting hit from left and right, ducking and dodging and diving. Hole 10.
Yeah, here we go, hole 10. It's a quirky little hole as it kind of goes straight right off the tee and finishes hard left. You can see that OB line defined by the yellow rope. Really the preferred play here is a backhand hyzer. Can be really simple. Again, it can be hard to miss these trees sometimes. We'll see how our card plays it.
Now you're reaching for your P2, and it looks like it's gliding, and it looks like it almost kicked in the basket. Am I right?
I think so. It was hard to tell. It still is with all those trees down there, but was able to play the hole. And here we go, Dylan.
Ooh.
With a really unique play. We saw him go OB day one with a backhand, flexing that zone.
Yeah.
Parking it. I mean, that is just such an awkward angle for a forehand, especially with an overstable disc.
Yes.
And once again, making it look easy.
That just goes to show that's Dylan's bread and butter. He loves the forehand. We didn't see Nate's shot there. He loses trust in that. We'll have to see where his drive does the mistake and goes OB. This is his putt for 2. Oh, yes. Great putt, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely. He is just continuing his mission here, making up strokes with these putts. Super solid. And Edwin now does collect his 4. Yeah, tough hole to go beyond for sure.
Yeah, it's, this hole, I would say it's probably one of the easiest holes on the course besides hole 12, but taking that 4, that OB stroke, it's brutal. Hole 11.
Yes, we've seen it before. A really crazy angle. The best way to see the basket is to stand on the tee pad and turn 90 degrees right. But a super clean and really cool looking green here. And a really awesome, unique shot shape that we get to throw here. As Nate guarding those 3 birdies in a row now. He's going to have the box going stall with a halo wraith. Really good way to attack it and gets to a putt.
Yeah, that's with his putt hand right now, I expect him to make that. You're throwing your origin again. This one, you go a little bit higher.
Yep, and a little bit more turned over. I actually got an interesting reaction, and I'll be in the rough with a tough scramble. We have Dylan making the adjustment to get that forehand to glide just a little bit more, and maybe we'll get some action here at the end as we take a little replay back. GMT here. Shout out to the catch cam. Just skipping there and
in the puddle.
As good as you can do it.
Luckily that puddle is playing casual today. Some tournaments it's out of bounds. Oh, look at this overhand. Yes. Come on. Okay, I guess it wasn't good. Edwin wasn't happy.
Yep, here's that little frisbee shot once again. Just had a little tiny gap, but Edwin's shot really not too bad.
Okay, went to that
little. Able to ring it in.
Yeah, that's a drop-in par. Oh! You let me down, Nate. Just kidding. No, that was a good effort from back there. squeak that one in there.
Yep, just good enough, as I like to say, and definitely happy to save the par there, as Dylan needs to earn this birdie here.
Yep,
Getting
foot in
his
the
feet a
puddle.
little wet, but of course everything is already wet here today at Cogs. Going through his full routine here,
Yeah, he connects.
cashes it.
That's a great two. I'm sure that's a very elusive two, especially on this rainy day today.
Yep, the hole averaged just over par at 3.02. She's 7 birdies on the day today, so
Wow.
quite a few from our field. And we see a little close-up of Dylan right in the puddle where he belongs.
Get back in the puddle, kid. Yeah, no, that's that shows the commitment that you need to have sometimes where, yeah, you could take it a little bit further away, but when it comes to putting, I want to be as close as possible. So I'm jumping in that puddle. I'm right there with you, Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan definitely seems like a kid that can't get enough of the water, whether it be the ocean, the water park. I can see him splashing around for hours.
Splashdown USA. Speaking of Splashdown USA, probably the most aceable hole on the entire course, hole 12. Walk me through it, Harry.
Yep, we had an ace in round 1, and maybe we'll get another one today. This one tree in the middle is the guardian that we're all going to try to miss, but this is the easiest hole in the course, averaging 2.44, a total must get for this field, and especially with our final card here. So I think every player here is going to be taking a very similar route. And we have Dylan just
Jumping
a bit wide, and yeah, that is just a frustration because he knows just how easy this is. As we get a jump putt here from Nate.
He's throwing his hands up.
Yeah, just didn't quite get far enough down there. As I don't throw the perfect shot here either, hanging out a bit wide. So
yeah,
so far we actually have no players in the circle. Make that 0 for 4. So
wow,
our lead card here on the easiest hole, nobody in the circle,
making it look really difficult. Dylan here from, I don't think Dylan can really see the basket. If not more, come on.
Yeah, it's awesome to see that one again. And Dylan throws his hands up in the air, looks at all of us and says, "That was a layup." So it's always nice when your layups are going in, and we'll see this one more time. I mean, it just super nose down angle. It's not really Dylan's preferred putt.
No,
it just falls right in.
I don't know if that's anybody's preferred putt, but oof. Nate getting big putted by Mr. Dylan Capaccioli, but great putt for you, not to be outdone. We're getting a replay of that one, I hope. I thought I saw the graphic come up, and you just run it out. I love that. Just keep going.
On to the next for sure. Yeah, that one from about 36 feet certainly felt good. And oh man, Nate, after just stringing together so many good holes, is going to bogey this one.
Oh,
and I think that's probably going to take him out of possible contention for the win.
Yeah, I would say contention out of the win and contention for second place even. Now he's quite a few strokes behind Dylan. So hole 13, the other new hole here. What do you think about 13?
Yeah, 13, it's an interesting shot shape. We see some of these limbs here are in the way, but I really do think that the pure line is unimpeded. Maybe if you want to get really crafty with a turnover shot, you can bring some limbs into play, but a straight shot right at it, there's nothing in the way. And I think it's a really good separating hole for our pro field.
Yeah, we got a nice little view. We had a slight back up there. That was the Chace card that we caught up with. So we're going to have Dylan here. Looks like he's pulling for that ESP zone, ripping it hard. He kicks off of those guardian trees on the right and pushes to in the circle.
Yep, and here's that straight shot I was talking about. Looking so good, but connecting with that tree and rolling down and just barely staying in bounds, thankfully. I'm surprised from that result, but Edwin, we have kicking right. Thought he was OB, but we're actually going to see up there that he finds a little pocket of safe land. So after going 0 for 4 in the circle on the last hole, all 4 of our players are in bounds on this one.
Well, that's a nice surprise for sure, because that drop zone is punishing. It's the old tee pad. It is not a guaranteed up and down. It is still a full shot. Ooh, Edwin gets hung up over off to the side.
Yep, and once again, though, Fortunate finds a pocket of inbounds again over there. So avoiding an extra stroke here is Nate.
Oof.
Giving it a run for 2.
Man, yeah, Nate is feeling that putter. Okay, so Edwin's up and down. He's there now. He's nowhere near the OB, so he should be good.
Kind of tough run from so far down, but pretty close for my par. I think we're going to have Dylan next, in high on his drive. And if he can connect here, which he does.
Ooh, he's on fire.
10. He has a birdie on 11. He hit that big putt on 12, and now we have 4 in a row.
What a graphic.
Dylan. Yeah, that was sweet. Shout out GMT for those effects. As at this point in time, Dylan is closest competitor to me right now. So he's back 6, and we have just 5 holes to play. The lead should be safe, but you never know because these next holes are dangerous. Tight gaps off the tee and tight gap all the way here for hole 14. A long 271, and we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, so with being up by 6 strokes with only a couple holes left, are you changing your game plan at all? Just throwing like safe shots just to get up and down? Or are you sticking to kind of the game plan of how to score?
Well, honestly, at this point in time, I'm up 6, and Dylan just throws OB here. So I was thinking that just play normal and just try to win by as much as possible. And I commit to the shot and get a crazy kick all the way to the right. And I actually end up going OB over the original 13 tee pad.
Holy
smokes. So I am way out of position. And I quickly went from kind of in the mind of having a victory lap to now really needing to do work to secure this win.
Yeah, that the mindset is always, it's funny how it can change so fast, and how you go, okay, like, yeah, let's just keep adding on, let's pound on, and I want more, and then sometimes it bites you instead of throwing the simple shot. You see Edwin getting up and down, throwing a nice crafty shot, gets a little hung up, but so Dylan, was he OB or inbounds here?
He was OB, so that was his putt for par.
Because that was exactly where he was for round 1, but that was
exactly, yeah. So this is my putt for 4 after my upshot from back there. Hits right side chains, but just never swings in.
That's still a great position to be from where you went out of bounds. I'm sure that was a great shot to get there.
Yeah, if you want to know how it played out, just look at my shots on 9 and 11, just one of those spinny.
Wait, whoa, no. This is round 1. Like, my putt spit out on round 1. Dylan putted from the same spot. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, looking back at that had pretty good pace. It was right on the pole and spat out. So that's going to be a 6 for me. Oof. And with Dylan taking even just a 4, he's going to gain 2 on me. And all of a sudden, things get really interesting.
I love disc
heading into the 15th.
It's cringy sometimes, but I love it so much. Oh, this hole too. Like, man, we are in the thick of the woods. Dylan going for his Raptor here. This is bread and butter disc.
Yep, and we've said it before. Dylan's a gamer, and when he smells blood in the water, he turns it on, and he knows now he's got a chance, and just absolutely laces this shot. We'll see how close he
Yeah.
gets from the catch cam.
Oh, it looks like he just almost missed buzzing the top. And look at this
And
roll.
look at that.
What?
Oh my gosh. That's my first time seeing that.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes when you're good, you're just good. Nate,
Wow.
he tried to follow the vapor trails. Oh,
Well, if that
Edwin.
isn't the definition of what Cogs is like, I don't know what is.
Yeah. So Edwin's throwing the same shot we just saw twice, but he's got a slightly different result. I mean, that's Cogs. Like you just said, we just watched 3 of the same exact shots, 3 different results. Oh. And that looked like the tree on hole 1 again for you.
Yep, and there are just so many tight gaps off this tee, and I think we've seen it from every player on our card so far at Cogs. Having them hit a first tree, take a large number, and just have everything go wrong at once. One big number, and then all of a sudden it just becomes so hard to commit. And I have this big lead now because I've kind of avoided all that and haven't yet to take a big number. And we see with me taking a 6 on the last hole and me taking now a 4 here, just is all now happening to me at kind of the worst possible time.
Yeah, it's a worst possible time, but, there's still a couple holes, and you still have strokes to play with.
As we see Edwin with a great putt there.
Great, too.
But you take one big number by missing your line by an inch and kicking far, and all of a sudden the next shot is just very hard to commit because if you do, you're just afraid of the same result.
Here you go. Going to straddle putt. Cleaned it up. Basket caught it this time. Didn't spit you out. And here's Dylan just drop into with the rollback. Call him Walmart. That's Wallback pricing. All right. Hole 16. We're climbing up this mountain. What do you have for us?
Yeah, it's super quirky hole, specific to Cogs for sure. And the drone is probably flying what I would call the preferred route, although it is really tight. There's a number of different ways you could go. And Dylan, who was just 7 back just 3 holes ago, is now only down 2.
Whew.
Just telling himself on the tee pad to trust his backhand and does fight through. He's going to be up on top. Should be par at worst. And he's happy with that.
Yep. I mean, best case scenario is you really hit those trees and kick on top. Looks like Edwin's going to have a great shot throwing this black Prodigy disc. We should probably know what it is, but we don't. And he is right there putting away. Great shot for Edwin.
Yeah, I think it's an H1 if I were to guess. I know a lot of Prodigy players throw those original black ones. And this all of a sudden turns into a really important shot.
Oh boy.
Can't seem to miss the first tree.
Oh boy, Harry. But you can get up and down. I mean, it's not the worst place.
Nope. As I throw what I thought was a pretty good shot and I tag another tree up there. And you know what? While I just really wanted to give GMT an exciting finish down the stretch.
I am now crawling off of the couch here because this is what people want to see here, Harry. Nate, decent bid from far, but just goal number 1, keep it close. So here's your putt for par. Oh!
Yep, tagging some chains, but not good enough. And here's Dylan to make it a 1-stroke game all of a sudden.
Oh, no. Dylan. Oh, and he knows it too.
Yeah, that was probably right at 20 feet. And he admitted to me after the round that he was really nervous on that putt and had really thought he was just playing for second for a long time. And all of a
Yep.
sudden, as much as I all of a sudden need to keep my lead, he all of a sudden needs to get in the mindset that he's now playing for the win.
Yeah.
So we see Edwin there, another great bird. And this putt now becomes pretty key as well.
That's a great putt. You haven't had too many straddle putts. You've gone back to back straddles on the last 2 holes, but you're feeling it. You're doing what you need to do. You're still up by 2, and man, this is why you love disc golf, because you can go in and you think you're completely out of it, and then the wildest things will happen, and you're right in the game. And we're on hole 17, where you can throw a shot directly into the woods and land next to the basket. So, Harry, talk about 17.
Yeah, the drone is flying down, probably the pure route here, but I don't think many eagles or good shots even will travel through this tunnel. Um, Really, for our competitors here, it's just about making sure you hit this initial gap and turn right with whatever disc you're comfortable with, whether it be a forehand or a backhand turnover, like we saw Debo so beautifully do in round one. This tournament really comes down to this hole in many ways.
Yeah, I think you're really nailing it. This hole is the entire tournament. 3 rounds come down to hole 17. Nate, oh, I thought he was past that. That looks so good.
And Dylan here, we know he's eagled this hole in the past, looking to do it again. Super aggressive
No.
line and tagging that tree.
Wow. He rolls a little bit. He's gonna have some pine to contend with. That's not an easy up and down shot either. Come on, find something.
Oh, so close to perfection, I had thought, trying to match Debo's line from round one, but really happy after the last 3 holes to kind of peer that drive right down the middle and at least get myself to where I got to.
Man, I know we haven't. We've mentioned it once or twice, and that's not enough to talk about the rain that's been going on this entire round. It's not just a drizzle. It's a pretty solid rain. You can hear it in the camera. It is truly affecting the players. Your mind is really getting so tired after having to go through so much more of your routine here.
Yep, and this is kind of crucial for the tournament here as I see Dylan's right around 45 feet. I kind of went with a safer upshot there to guarantee that I would get a 4,
Yep.
and I lay it up under the basket, kind of forcing Dylan to make this,
Yeah, you
make
put
it
the
a
pressure to
one-stroke
him.
game.
I like that play where you say, okay, I'm putting it on you. If you want to hit this putt, if you want to run it, go for it. If you miss it, you're not gaining, you're losing. Oh! And there's that roll away where it's not an easy putt from there either. Oh, and it rolls back. No. No.
Yeah, and I think things might have been different
Oh my
if Dylan
goodness.
makes that putt on 16 and brings it to a one-stroke game and with how good he was putting. But since I had 2, I knew even if he made that, I'd still have 1 stroke. And now, assuming I tap this in, I will have 3 strokes heading into the final hole. And barring
Wow.
more craziness, it should be it.
Yeah. Whew, what a wild hole 17. Hole 18, just a nice par 3, 275. What do you think, Harry?
Yep, a forehand is probably the preferred play here, one that flexes around these trees, but not really a super clean gap to hit. Kind of just have to hope that your overstable disc does the work. And in my head, with The major collapse I just had in the last few holes, I know I'm up 3. I know even if Dylan birdies, I can still win with a bogey. So I decided here to throw a flex forehand and attack for the birdie as we see Edwin coming up first.
Ooh,
throwing a really good shot there and
nice.
going a little deep, but yeah. So in my head, I'm thinking just get one more birdie and salvage a decent round after those big numbers. But as we know, forehands are not really my specialty. I played it really safe, just wanting to hit that gap, and not going to be a birdie there.
No, but it's a par. It looks like that could be a par. Nate throwing his zone.
Dylan here
is,
yep, I'm sure going for the ace.
Yep. Yeah, he looks like he's pretty much done with this round.
Yep, so at this point, just wanting to squeeze mine into the circle there. And Dylan said this was a layup too.
Come on! Come on! Dylan Capaccioli. That was incredible.
As we'll get another look at this, and like I said, he said it was a layup, but you need a bit of talent to do what he just did. That wasn't all accident, and a great putt to finish with a birdie. And all of a sudden, this makes things kind of interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, now you're putting for par.
That's right. So I did a quick little double check of the scores there, and I know a bogey will give me a 1-stroke victory. And if you've ever played here before, you know how sloped this green is. And at a B tier, a tournament I've been trying to win, I'm just not going to take that chance. So
yeah,
thanks to you, Dylan, for your layup 70-footer that went in. Making me lay up about a 22-footer, but it's well worth it to get the win here today.
A win is always going to be a lot better than just a 7-point round rating difference, for sure. That is a true mature play. I love seeing you lay up from not too far away on this hole and from laying up 2 holes ago on 50 or 3 holes ago on 15. And there's your final scores. You taking it down by 1 over Dylan. I snuck up into 3rd place there. Debo climbed back up into 4th place with a tie with Sam Henderson. And that's your top 5 for the Discmania. Welcome to the jungle.
All right, everyone. We got Harry Chace, the winner of the Welcome to the Jungle in number 8, presented by Discmania. How's it feel to come out top on this rainy day?
Wow, I mean, it really hasn't sunk in yet. It feels good to win. Gosh, that finish was really poor, and I got pretty fortunate to squeak out a win there by just a stroke. So it's really credit to my first 2 rounds, which were pretty solid. I really didn't get the job done today, but those rounds were able to carry me to a 4-stroke lead coming today. And yeah, I didn't have my best stuff, but had that head start, had that cushion. It's barely enough to get the win, so pretty thankful. Hats off to Dylan for making it interesting. Crazy finish, so yeah.
Well, congratulations. Will we see you next year?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, this is Champions Cup weekend. I guess I hope to maybe play that next year, but yeah, I mean, if I'm around. The great thing about this event, sponsored by 978 and Discmania, 2 of the top presenting sponsors, and I have yet to win a Discmania sponsored event, yet to win a 978 sponsored event, so here we go, 2 for 2, love it.
Oh, very meaningful event. And Sunstein Open is around the corner. Will we see you there as well?
Ooh, this is a hot topic. I have no idea yet. I'm playing in Virginia that weekend. Might be a lot to travel up, but you know, I just won some cash at this tournament. Shout out to all the sponsors. I believe it was right around $1,400. So hey, maybe I'll have some money to grab a plane ticket and come up here. So love to defend my title there too.
All right. Any last words?
Just thank you so much to my sponsors, 978, Discmania, Sedgwick Low as well. dream. I came here to win this tournament because those are my two sponsors presenting it, and couldn't be happier with that. Also, shout out to my wonderful girlfriend, Callie. She caddied for me today, did a fantastic job. So she kept me in it at the end. Shout out to all the competitors that I had this weekend too. Great card mates, and was able to keep me level-headed at the end. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching GMT.
What a great little final speech from you. Great thoughts. Love seeing the emotion, the reaction there. You can definitely tell that this was a big, meaningful win to you. So thank you very much, Harry. Great job. It's been a pleasure doing commentary with you. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all the social media things for Greatest Media Team. I'm Kyle. I'm out of here. Harry?
Yeah, it's been a pleasure doing commentary all 3 rounds. If you guys like this duo, make sure to leave some comments and likes. Maybe we can be back at this. And shout out to everyone for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.